Assalamu alaikum. It's our 18th lecture of Advanced Electromagnetic Field and Wave, and in this lecture we have to discuss about the cutoff frequency. So what is basically the cutoff frequency? First of all, I have to let you know that the basically cutoff frequency refers the lowest amount of frequency at which your waveguide propagates. So let's suppose this is your EM wave, and this have to propagate into this waveguide. This is, let's suppose, my waveguide, or you can also say it as a transmission line. So my electric field, the minimum amount of frequency which this electromagnetic wave can propagate through this waveguide or transmission line, this is so called as the cutoff frequency. Okay, and basically a waveguide application for this is that the concept is particularly important in waveguide designs. There are many waveguide designs, okay, where the dimension of the waveguide determine the cutoff frequency for different modes. Okay, you know that there are different modes: TEM mode, TE mode, and the TM modes respectively. We have to find there. Also you can find the signal attenuation from these, okay, frequencies which are below then the cutoff frequencies experience high attenuation. Okay, so if the cutoff frequency is below, having frequencies below than the cutoff frequencies, that signal basically attenuate the experience, you can say the high attenuation, okay, within the waveguide, making them unstable and signal transmission. So their signal become unstable if your frequency is below than the cutoff frequency. So a signal must have frequency greater than the cutoff frequency, so that your experience, so that the cutoff frequency experience low attenuation and within the waveguide, and then your signal becomes stable. Okay, so how you can basically calculate the cutoff frequency, we have to going uh, formulate in this lecture. The cutoff frequency is calculated basically based on the geometrical factor of the waveguide and the speed of light. Okay, so we are using, so as we already derived in previous lecture, you know that kc square is equals to kx square plus ky square. Okay, this is we derived in our previous video, you can watch. And you know that this factor kc basically equals to omega c under root mu epsilon. Okay, and their square is basically square equals to kx square, and kx square we have m pi by a square plus m pi by b square. Okay, you already know this concept. We already find this, and by taking square, what it becomes omega c square mu epsilon becomes equals to m pi by a square plus m pi by b square. Now what you have to do, you have to take move this to other side, so omega c square becomes equals to 1 by mu epsilon m pi by a square plus m pi by b square. Understood? Now you have to take under root on both sides, so here it becomes omega c, it becomes 1 divided by under root mu epsilon multiplies by these factors m pi by a square plus n pi by b square. And this is m and this is n, sorry. Okay, the second factor is n. Okay, they should not be same because of other factors. So here it becomes like this. Understood? Now what we have to proceed now, we know that this factor can be open as 1 by under root mu naught epsilon naught and product of mu r and epsilon r, and this become equals to m pi by a square plus n pi by b square. Now you know that this factor has to be equals to 1 by under root mu square epsilon square equals to c. Okay, so you can write it as your omega c now becomes equals to c divided by under root mu r epsilon r. Understood? And because you have to take the square root, so here becomes 1 by 2, here becomes 1 by 2, so you have to take the under root of this, which is m pi by a square plus n pi by b square. Understood? Okay, now what we are going to do now, we know that omega is basically equals to 2 pi f, because we have to find the cutoff frequency. So we have to open this omega, which is becomes equals to 2 pi fc, which is the cutoff frequency, c divided by under root mu r epsilon r under the root of the same factors m pi by a square plus n pi by b square. Okay, now what we are going to do now, we have to find fc cutoff frequency. Move this 2 pi to the other side. Your cutoff frequency fc now becomes equals to 1 divided by 2 pi under the root mu r epsilon r under the root the same factors m pi by a square plus n pi by b square. So this is basically the cut-off frequency in both Tm as well as Te propagation. Okay, so this propagation is for both Tm and Te propagation. Okay, so let's check the factors first of all for Tm propagations. First of all, let's check for Tm mode. So for Tm mode, we know that if either if m equals to 0 or if either n equals to 0, if both are 0, then we see that our Ez becomes equals to 0. Where is Ez? Ez equation we already derived in previous lecture. You can watch by watching that video. Okay, so in Tm mode, if putting the value of m equals to 0 and n equals to 0, you can see your Ez becomes equals to 0, because in Tm your Ez has a factor of sine. So sine 0 and sine 0 becomes 0 0. So your whole Ez 0. If your Ez is 0, then it means your Ex, your Ey, your Hx and your Hy both becomes equals to 0. So when both are 0, you can say this is non-propagating mode. Non-propagating mode means Tm00, you can write it as here at Tm00 not possible. Okay, now let's check if either, let's suppose now if m equals to 1, or you can say n equals to 0, or there is another case if m equals to 0, or you can say if n equals to 1. So what in these scenarios? This is one scenario if m and n both equals to 0. The other scenario is if either one of them is 1 and other is 0. So what should happen now? In this case, the same thing, because if either, because in Ez component there is sine factor. If either n one factor is 0, sine 0 0, the whole expression becomes 0. Okay, so your either, if either m is 0 or n is 0 in Tm mode, your whole easy expression is 0, and if your whole easy expression is 0, then this means these all expressions are 0, and if this all expressions are 0, then again your wave is non-propagating mode. Okay, means this wave is not possible. So the minimum frequency you can write. So the minimum frequency means the cutoff frequency we required for TM mode is under the consideration of when both M e- as well as your N both equals to 1. In that scenario, your answer should be equals to C by 2 pi under the root mu r epsilon r, and it becomes your M and N becomes 1, so it becomes pi by a whole square plus pi by b whole square. Okay, so this is the minimum frequency in TM mode when M and N both should be equals to 1. If either both or if one of them is 0, then your wave is not propagating mode. So let's check for second condition, which is TE mode. So what is for TE mode? So for TE mode, if N or N both 0, if M as well as N both equals to 0, in that scenario your Hz not equals to 0, because you can see the expression of Hz we already derived in TE mode. We derived the expression of Hz in my previous video. You can watch that video first. So in the expression of Hz in TE mode, you can see there is a factor of cos and cos, both. There is cos of m pi by ax and cos of n pi by by, means there is a factor of cos in hz. If both are 0, means cos 0 1, so there is means not equals to 0. If h of z is not equals to 0, it means uh, then this is not equals to 0. For all values of m and n, your hz is not equal to 0. Okay, but when if m equals to 1, or you can say n equals to 0, and there is another condition, if m equals to 0 or n equals to 1, in both scenarios what should happen? In these scenarios your hz is not equals to 0, but in first scenario your ex basically equals to 0 and your ey not equals to 0, and if this possible, then it means your hx is now not equals to 0 and your hy basically equals to 0. And in this case in which your m is 0 and n is equals to 1, in this scenario your ex not equals to 0 and ey equals to 0, and if this means hx equals to 0 and hy not equals to 0. You can verify these by putting the value of m and n in the expressions of e of x, e of y, h of x, h of y, and h of z as well as e of z. We already derived ex, ey, ez, hx, hy, hz in my previous video. You can watch those expressions first. Okay. And there is a new concept in this in TE mode, like the cutoff frequency for 1 0, means when your m is 1 and n is 0, is always smaller than the cutoff frequency of 0 1, and any other mode 2 0 2 1 2, any other mode you have take is your 1 0 mode is always less than any other mode. So basically this is called as the cutoff frequency of dominant mode, because this cutoff frequency 1 0 is always less than any mode of cutoff frequency in TE mode. Okay, so that's why this FC10 is basically called as the dominant mode. And You can say your TE10, because we are taking 10 means M is 1 and N is 0. So TE10 is so called as the dominant mode. So what is dominant mode? Yes, TE10 is the dominant mode, and this FC10 called as the cutoff frequency of dominant mode. So this is lecture number 18 of Advanced EMT, in which we discuss about the cutoff frequency in detail. So that's all for today's lecture. We can upload more interesting videos for this course. So stay tuned with us. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.